with the way that you use the terminology that she sets the temperature. She definitely has a massive impact. A lot of times when women have a bad day, you about to have a bad day. But that don't mean you can't sit here and say, "Girl, you done lost your goddamn on mind. You need to chill out." And if she wants to continue to have an attitude, you can let her have her attitude, and then you can continue to go on about your business. I just think too many men have learned the behavior, happy wife, happy life, and I'm gonna do whatever I can and not piss her off, and then I will continue to get to what I get to for me after she is in her world and she's happy, you know. And I think too many men have adapted that mentality, and it has caused the downfall of a lot of relationships.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly say, first of all, I don't actually agree with the terminology "happy wife, happy
Man,
life."
AP, you gotta let Tan go, man. God damn.
Oh damn! I just did what HD did. Shit, my Tan. I am so sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. So what I had to say is greatly reduced at this point. But just to, I guess, follow up on a couple of tidbits. The first video that the female said, my viewpoint was she was talking about from a two-parent household. That was my viewpoint. And it was from the angle that if the woman is, anxious, depressed, and all of those things, because to me, like AP said, if it's a single household, I mean, that's kind of a given. But the point was, if you're in a two-parent household and if the woman is all these things, is that is that the best environment just because it's a two-parent home, quote unquote? I think that was maybe the point that was thrown out there for reason to debate, probably. Um, and then back to what I believe AP was saying initially about the woman setting the tone and things like that. And if she's unhappy and all of these things, and for HD saying, it sounded like you were talking from the standpoint of if she's having a fit and she's, just out of place. But that may be one situation, but that's maybe not always the case, right? Maybe she lost her job. You know, there's so many different situations, and I hate when people try to put people in a box with just this one paintbrush stroke of this is the situation. She's just going off on her man, maybe, or she's just out of place and out of pocket and wilding out. That may be the case in one situation, or she may be anxious for another situation. You never know the family dynamic, her family situation. Maybe there's a death. Maybe you don't know what the situation is for being anxious or depressed or unhappy. It could be a myriad of reasons. We don't know. There are a bunch of different circumstances. However, with that being the case, the woman, even in marriages, not sure, how many are married, but even in marriages, many times the woman is the one who is around the kids or nurturing the kids or in the household, quite frankly, with the kids majority of the time, even in marriages. Um, do I agree that the man should set the temperature? Yes, absolutely. The man should be the leader because the man ideally should submit to God. So I think a woman should follow a man if he submits to God. And if he is a God fearing man, then yes, the woman should submit to him. If he is not, I don't know who his leader is, where he's getting that guidance from. But if the man submits to God, yes, the woman should submit to her man who has provision over her and her household and her family and her children. I think that is the order. So, yes, the man ideally should set the temperature for the home. But realistically, there are situations where the woman is definitely influential, very influential in the environment of the home.
Mhm. And across the board, be it with the dad, the father, the husband, be it with the children, be it with the pets. 9 out of 10 she cooking now maybe everybody eating this negative ass energy. I mean, there's a saying of hell has no fury like a woman scorn. That they say that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with, I understand what HD is saying. I agree with Tan that yes, men are supposed to set the tone. But in my opinion, I think that women essentially really have the most influence over it because again, if she's not in a good mood, she having a bad day, you know, she's experienced postpartum, whatever the case may be, it's so many things that women deal with that men don't deal with on that same level, or they go about it and handling it a different type of way. So now men, we're trying to juggle how to essentially handle this woman. Does do I need to uh give my advice, or do I just need to let her vent? Do I need to give her a space, or do I need to come in and hold her? You know what I'm saying? It's always a juggling act with women. So with that being the case, women essentially, in my opinion, they set the tone with that. So I have to agree.
Okay, so I think that men 100% set the tone of a house, and I can explain how that would look. When you initially are getting in a relationship, I think this is why I don't argue either within a relationship. The parameters in which we engage with each other are this: respectful communication and to not say things that we can't take back. If you're in a bad mood, you can take time to yourself, but you cannot put that mood on other people. If you have to separate yourself for a second, a minute, an hour, things get hectic, you may need to remove yourself and just take a personal day. I am fine with that, but you will not come and drag the entire energy of this home down. That's not occurring. That is outside the parameters that is of the rules of this relationship. If you would like to do something outside of that, I'm not the man for you. That's abundantly clear in the beginning of this relationship. You
Yeah,
won't
that
be
doesn't mean that that's
you
gonna
won't be talking
maintain the
reckless to me. You
relationship
won't be
though.
raising your voice and yelling at me, and I won't be doing those things to you. These are the parameters. Exist in here, and we have a relationship. You step out of this box, we do not have a relationship no more.
That sounds good, but I think that's an unrealistic expectation when
That's my life.
you're 3, 5, 10 years in. I mean that works for. Again, I understand, I get it, I agree, but realistically, when you're dealing with another person, that's not going to be the case every single time, unless you have an extremely submissive woman. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but in most cases, I would say that that's long term that may be unrealistic.